Welcome back. So we are back from vacation. Today is day one back at the homestead, and we get to start our day with cleaning out the chicken coop. We got to come up with something different for their feeding, and that starts with emptying the hopper that we had made that feeds inside of their coop. So we got to clean out their coop. It's due anyway. And then we ordered some supplies, and we're going to be moving all their chicken feed into a different system. So I don't know if that'll make it on this video, but that's coming. We also have some other chores to do around the homestead, so stay tuned. So this is the hopper that we made. So you take a bag of feed, you dump it in there. Then there's feeding ports on the inside of the chicken coop. And that just ends up getting filled with bedding. So we're gonna change this. All right, so in order to work in here, we have to lock them out because the rooster is so mean. This is what I started. Dwayne is taking it. He's helping as well. Gonna put it in the bucket, and we're gonna go start a new compost pile. All right, back to work. Before I totally stop this chicken coop clean out, I should show you what has worked well and what does not work. So do not do what we did. Hold on. What works really well is, this is a Formica base. We had bought this roll of Formica to do a countertop, but we never used it. So we threw it down here. It is perfect. Nothing sticks to it. So it's easy to clean. So that worked well. And the fact we put a big window in the chicken coop, it faces the south because this is, we have long dark days. So this has helped for two reasons. It helps to heat up the chicken coop in the winter. It also gives the chickens more light so they lay better. So that's worked out. We have a lot of predators. This is about 5'8" in height, so I can stand up in here. Our venting all along the sides has worked out perfectly. We've had no issues. We did roof venting like that. We closed our end caps. That's worked out great. That is a vent that works out great. This is what does not work. Do not do this. We copied this from somebody else on YouTube. So behind here is that hopper. The food goes down here in these holes. This is terrible because the chickens sit up here and they poop all over everything. The bedding, if you put too much bedding, it gets too deep, and then they kick all their bedding into their food. So what we were just talking about, I think what we're going to do, so we're going to remove this, but we will go ahead and keep the hopper. For now, we were gonna buy these cups where they can put their heads inside and eat, but they can't get their feet in there, only their heads. So we're gonna try that before we tear the hopper off. And then hopefully that works. Okay, so now you know what works and what doesn't. And then the side walls are covered in like this fiber stuff that you would use in a shower. And that works well because you can power wash it. And so, okay, now you know the do's and the don'ts of the chicken coop. The other do was we raised it a couple feet, which works out great because they can have shade and they do their baths, but predators can't get in here. What didn't work? Moving this deer feeder in here and adjusting it, because if you see that all they did was kick out all of their feed all over the ground. That was a waste. And what else works is creating a second yard for them to go to so we can work in here. And now I'm going to go open up the outside gate so they can run free. So I checked on our timing experiment. And so all the barrels are almost empty. So that means They were actually getting way more water than they needed. So I've adjusted the time down, and now we'll have to refill the barrels. But it works. Like, the trees are happy. Like, they don't show any signs of stress. And so they're doing good. So this little garden timer on a 55-gallon drum idea worked. This is what happened to my garden. Because I didn't do anything with it this year. It got taken by weeds. But the chickens just found it. So you guys are going to weed it for me. Yeah, you just do it. What do I got in here? I have 9. Oh, so there's still some that are out free ranging. You guys have a field day. Okay, I showed you how my garden has like been taken over. The ladies are helping me, but I'm gonna see about pulling some weeds. I've already started. This whole area is right there. I have to go get some vinegar to kill these guys, because that's Russian thistle, so I'm not touching it. And let's see what I accomplished right here. Holy moly. Alright, this is what it looks like now. Okay, if anybody can confirm whether or not this is really alfalfa, that would be great. Because these they're growing wild in the compost pile. They're super hard to get out. We do not like these. So, I'm curious if anybody knows. Is this really alfalfa? This is a terrible plant. I mean, not terrible, but it's terrible to pull out by hand. All right, this is what I got done. It's getting hot. I'm super sweaty, but I think that was a pretty good attempt for this morning. I quit here because whatever this plant is, oh my gosh, it has such deep roots. Like, that root is probably 2 or 3 inches thick and probably 18 inches deep. I don't know. It's massive. And I don't have the energy to take it out. But we've done 2 of these big piles. So, much better. Work on it some more tomorrow. I'm going to show you guys the elderberry bushes. Look how tall they got while we're gone. This one is almost up to the roof. I guess technically it is up to the roof. Here's a cool update. We got the stove and the refrigerator up and running on propane. No electricity required. This stove is actually pretty cool. It's very tiny width-wise, but it's really deep. You can put normal stuff in there, so I'm happy with that. So this video seems to be a lot of what didn't work and what did work. So one of the things we discovered that didn't work that we're going to fix today is having flagstone in front of these stairs. So the pitch is off camber. So the flagstone, even though we try to level it to create stairs, like step down, it's not a natural step down or up. So especially our elderly neighbors, including ourselves, tend to either end up kind of running forward to get off of it because you lose your balance or you trip. So we removed the flagstone, we are putting in gravel, and we'll just have a natural slope. The flagstone we will move over here, add more gravel, and sink those in so they don't move. The other thing that we did, and I think we've already talked about this, that didn't work, was our original stairs were up against a house. That was a very bad idea because all the snow would shed right onto the stairs. So we have since moved them over. So now the snow can shed over there, which is that should be fine. If any hits over here, it'd be easy to take care of. So this was another don't do. This is another activity today. We're gonna tile this transition. This is the tile that was in the original cabin and we saved it, and it almost blends perfectly with the cedar decking. So we're gonna use that. Okay, step 1 is to cut the tile underlayment, which will fit and be glued down to the floor. So now we got to mix the mortar that glues that to the floor. Okay, then we start dry fitting the tiles that will go in that spot to get an idea of the color variation. Okay, so now it's time to mix up some thin set, which will be the glue essentially to hold the Schluter cloth down, which is the tile underlayment. So we're going to mix up a small batch of that, and then that Schluter cloth has to dry for 24 to 48 hours. So we will get it in place, and then we will start tiling actually on Sunday. We might do some dry fitting today, just getting them cut, but we're not actually placing anything until Sunday. Okay, then you pour Quickset. What? I'm recording. You put Quickset, and then we'll put the Schluter cloth down. Okay, now the Schluter cloth is down, tamped down, so it gets dry for the next 2 days. And then we will start doing tile.
Hey, lady.
He's such a good dog.
Yeah, he's the best.
You don't even care about the chickens. What a good boy. For the next hour and a half, we're going to see what we can get done in here. This is the master bedroom. This is the closet area that we're working on. And the reason why, if you haven't been watching us, why is the closet this size and not all the way to the end? It's because by code, you can't have anything within 3 feet in front of a breaker box. So that's 36 inches. And then the cool thing about this closet is that is an angled wall because it's an A-frame. And down here at the bottom, it's perfect size for your shoes. As it grows for your regular clothes, it's fine. And then at the top, it's almost 2 feet deep. So that'll be really cool. Lots of storage at the top. So we're going to start working on this and see how far we can get today before we have to quit, because we need to go into town and go get some more errands done. We got the inside of the closet tongue and grooved.
And all we need is a little skirt up top there. Frame.
So we did a lot today.
Yeah.
So this is a good ending for the day. Now we get to go to the dump and do some other errands.
Go get propane.
Yep. Until next time.
Enjoy the grit.
What does that mean?
Enjoy the grit. You know, off gritting.
Grits are food.
Grit. You know, dirt. Gritty.
Oh, I get it
Grit.
now.
I don't say grid. That's for the.
I
We're
also
all
gotta take
grit,
the
man.
charger.
We're gritty.
I actually gotta take the charger.
Okay. All right. Harper, say bye. Hey, check out the sink.
There's oil water.
Look at that. It's like a gas pump and the tire. Okay. And then this is funny. Look at the back of the women's door. Makes you wonder, makes you question your life choices. And there's the women. We're gonna go inside and tour this. Wow, this is cool. Part of the Dead Sea Scrolls. And now we're going back home. But not before going to the famous Uranus Fudge Factory. Welcome to Uranus. The best fudge comes from Uranus.
Wait, look over here.
Hand dipped chocolate. Off to probe Uranus. The secret ingredient is always chocolate. This is the courthouse. And look at it, there's a tree. And it is pouring rain. Wow, that is a trip.